Legend has it that it was written by the Dark One.
The box. You opened it. We came.
Where are you going? We've got to return some video.
Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it? And as soon as it's over, your phone rings. Someone knows you've watched it. And what they say is...
Due by midnight.
You don't think the FBI has its place under 24-hour surveillance? You don't think there's transmitters in all these walls?
I know.
Let me ask you one question. Are you having fun yet?
Oh, God.
Because I promise you, you and I are going to have some fun.
Oh, no.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
We're back for episode 2.
Those.
And we finally came up with a name.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
I am too.
I like it.
I am too. It's very nostalgia filled.
Yeah, when you texted me, it was like, what was it? Something midnight, rentals after midnight.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. That phrase from Blockbuster just went through my head, like Friday due by midnight. You know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shoot.
Huge print on the box.
Yeah.
And they would not let you get away with even the slightest error if you freaking didn't return it on time.
Like 1 minute late. You're paying that late fee.
Yep.
And I think there was some lawsuit actually, also that they had to change their whole policy on the way they did that.
I remember that reading a story about some guy who had a warrant out for his arrest, not in California, but it was in some state, some like podunk state, you know, somewhere, some hillbilly state, where they had a warrant out for his arrest for his late fees for Freddy Got Fingered on VHS.
That guy's my hero, man. He's like avoiding those late fees.
Yeah, but I mean, for that movie, why that movie?
I actually never even saw that one.
Oh my god!
All I remember is the commercial with the strings with the hot dog. He's like,
"Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yes.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?" Yep. Okay, if you've never seen that, we need to get stoned and watch that because that is a good movie. Really good.
Actually, I have a story about rental fees. Well, actually, it wasn't really a rental fee, but I rented a movie. I put it on my top of my car, and I got in my car and just left it up there. You know how sometimes you do that.
No.
And then I took off to return the movie. And when I got there, of course, I didn't have it. So then I went in. I was just like, I don't know what I did with it. I lost the movie. You know, how much is it going to cost to replace? And it was like $150.
What the fuck?
Yes.
That would.
It was a new release.
Was it a
DVD?
DVD?
Small Time Crooks. I actually remember the.
Or was it VHS?
It was a DVD. Small Time Crooks, which wasn't even. I don't think I even finished because it was pretty stupid. But
that's
like,
the one where they dig in the bank with the cookies.
Yeah. It was. It wasn't very funny. I think it was a Woody Harrelson movie or something.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. Yes. Yeah. So $150 back then was probably like $300.
Dude, and that movie brand new, if you just would have went somewhere and bought it, would have been.
So
you would have bought 3 of them or 4 of them.
So that
for
just
that much
like
money.
goes to the scam of the Blockbuster fees and stuff. So, but luckily I went home and because I was about to pay it, and I was like, screw that, you know. I was just gonna buy a new one and like put it in the box or something, but they have it barcoded now that I think about it. But that's what I was going to do. So I went home, and apparently my neighbor had picked it up and was like, hey, this fell off your car.
Wow.
Or whatever. Yeah, and then I was able to return it. But the fact that they were going to charge me $150 for a lost movie that cost, what, $20 or something.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I guess we should also say, by the way, I'm Forrest, and
I'm Brett.
This is Due by Midnight.
Welcome.
Dude, did you ever work at Blockbuster?
No, Nate. My cousin did, though.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I mean, I don't have any, like, crazy...
I used to live at Blockbuster, man.
Yeah.
I used to have the pass where you could just rent as many movies as you wanted for a month. You just, return your old movie and you got another one or whatever.
Right. It was, like, right away.
So Nathan and I would always... Nathan is one of my best friends. We would always go down there and we would just like every day we were at Blockbuster, and we got to know the people and the managers, and like we all knew each other. Yeah, and it was a cool experience. And when I look back on it now, because back then it was just like normal. Yeah, but now I look back on it, it was a whole social thing, you know. And you go out. I would randomly bump into people that you knew at Blockbuster and stuff. It was like a what do you call it? Like a watering hole or like a water cooler, you know, where people gather and stuff, and you can always have conversations about whatever's going on.
When I see old commercials for Blockbuster, and there's like the one where you see the couple and they're like flipping through the TVs on the channels on TV. Yeah. They're like, seeing it, looks too boring or whatever. What are we going to do tonight? Yeah. And they both look at each other. Let's go rent a movie. It was very much like that. Like the commercial was super cheesy, but it's exactly how it went. In my
head right now.
Yeah. Funny, yeah. And you'd go there and you'd be like, the chick would always go to the woman section.
The romantic comedies.
Yeah, the romantic comedies that were horrible in the 90s. And actually, they're still horrible. And I would always go to the horror section. And then if, for some reason, especially when I was younger, if I was with my grandma, there's no way I'd go out with a horror movie. But my regular parents didn't care if I rented a horror movie or not. Mm-hmm. So I'd always do that. But definitely, like I said, by the time I got my first job, and we were always renting movies from the video store, in the grocery store, I saw so many horror movies. Yeah,
you rent movies in grocery stores too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. You can rent movies everywhere.
I know.
And it wasn't like Redbox where you just put in your credit card or whatever. Like, it was actual shelf with a bunch of movies on it that you got to browse. And my wall. Usually the grocery store ones were a little less selection, but.
Yeah, but like my wall right there in my office, I know some of you, I'm saying it like people can see it, but they can't.
I know.
But the wall, one of the walls in my office is all of the back sleeves that you'd see at Blockbuster Video when the movie was fucking rented out. All they have is the sleeve. I bought all the horror movie section when they went out of business at one Blockbuster, and now they're on the wall. But
when they went out of business, it was really cool because you got amazing deals.
I know, all the shit on all the fucking cool pictures and stuff
for like a few bucks,
and the pictures on the walls that you were like, they're never gonna sell these.
I have one of the pictures. I have the mask.
Yeah, that's fucking rad as hell.
That's from Blockbuster, and that Nathan, my cousin who worked at Blockbuster, he gave that to me. Yeah, yeah, it's like solid wood.
Yeah, I got those.
It's not just like a poster. Flimsy cardboard poster. It's like solid wood.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
We got a couple of them and they are the like the stereotypical like Marilyn Monroe and all that stuff, where they're all together playing pool and stuff like that. The wood ones that were in Blockbuster, we got those. I have a couple funny stories for video stores. One in particular, and it's how I got all of my Evil Dead movies on DVD. Mm. Because I only owned them on VHS recordings at the time when I was younger. And then when I wanted to watch them, I would just rent it just because, whenever I felt like it. Well, me and my brother, I was in 12th grade. And my brother was in elementary school or middle school at the time. And we went in there. I grabbed all those movies from Hollywood Video, all the trilogy. And we go up to the counter. And the guy's like, hey. And he's like, maybe in college, he's like 25 or something. He's like, hey, you like these movies? Like, yeah. It's like, you want to own these movies?
You want to own these movies?
I'm like,
he opens up his jacket.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird how it sounded. Even my brother was like looking at me like, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, I want to own these. He's like, dude, if you give me like $15, I'll just give you these movies. Like, what do you mean you'll just give me the movies? And he's like, I'll just check them out of the system. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I fucking hate this place. He said it just like that. And just like that, I gave him $15.
A man who's had too much, man. It's like...
I know, when I really think about it, it's like, man, I was really stupid. I should have fucking went there and, like, how much more shit can I get from you? I should have, like, cleaned out video games and more movies, but I was just like... the way he made it sounds like we were doing some underground drug deal, you know?
How many movies he's actually did that with?
It was sweet. So now the same Evil Dead DVDs I have from Anchor Bay, I got all of those, and they still have the Hollywood Video like little signs, like the alphabetical order pictures on the side. It's pretty sweet.
That's pretty fun.
So, I guess we should get into the crux of the episode.
Yeah, we actually watched a movie that we're going to talk about.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The New Beginning, or The Next Generation.
Yeah, with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger, I didn't even recognize. Like, she does not even look like who she is.
Why is it in the 90s? Because I've noticed this. Why in the 90s was everything like The Next Generation?
I think because we were all looking towards the 2000s, so...
Yeah, but this is like 96.
Yeah, but still, a few more years will be...
It's weird. Just everything was The Next Generation, or, you know...
Star Trek, The Next Generation, and this, The Next Generation.
It's almost like when you see movies in the 2000s, it's always like Armageddon, or something X at the end.
Yeah. Generation X, that's where that came from, right?
Yeah. So, for me, I think this is the pinnacle of weirdness and over-the-topness when it comes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Yeah. It wasn't nearly as gory as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's just fucking nuts.
No gore.
is what it is.
Matthew McConaughey screaming and going crazy, which I liked. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he really sells it. And Leatherface, you made a very interesting comment that I didn't notice until the end of the movie, and it makes sense. What did you say Leatherface looked like at the end?
I said he or she. I don't know what pronoun to use with Leatherface now.
Okay, this is
gender.
We know what this is. It's a fucking man dressed as a woman.
So he looked like Caitlyn Jenner, and well, you know what it really reminds me of is the South Park version of Caitlyn Jenner. That's what it really reminds me of.
I don't know. I haven't seen that episode, but it really
it's in a bunch of different episodes, but yeah, the way that South Park portrays Caitlyn Jenner, you know how they would portray like Michael Jackson, it's that same Michael Jackson.
All I thought of when you said that was the Time Magazine like Woman of the Year thing that he won. I was like, oh my god, it does look like that.
She does, yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, as I was watching the movie, I just kept on thinking, Leatherface looks familiar in a way, like when you had all the makeup and stuff on, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and then at the very end, I was just like, Caitlyn Jenner.
Especially when he's sitting there screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I think it'd be a perfect Halloween costume, honestly. It looks really fucking cool.
Do it.
I mean, you got more of the size for Leatherface.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
You got the height.
I don't dress up for Halloween.
I mean, that's not really dressing up for you to look like a woman.
Funny guy over here.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. What else can I say about this movie? I gotta look up all the other stuff. I didn't take a bunch of notes like I did last time. This movie I didn't
watch alone. I watched it with you this time.
Yeah.
So what score would you give it?
I mean, watching it today, if I were to give it like out of 1 to 10, I'd probably still give it on comedic value an 8.
8. I'm back to 7.5, man.
Really?
Yep. I think it's about a 7.5. I think this one and The Fly I could watch about the alone. I'm trying to think of more of like about watching it alone or whatever. I think it would be about the same entertaining value as The Fly.
Well, the crazy thing about it that I think is it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and Leatherface is not the star of this movie. It's very much like a side character.
Yeah, totally side character. I mean, they boss him around in it, basically. You know,
they do more than boss him around. He's basically just like a little. He's like a fucking dog that's kicked around. That's what he is.
And he just goes around screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. The part where Renee Zellweger's fucking running from Leatherface, and she gets on the fucking roof.
Oh, yeah, and he chainsaws the chimney.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know that motherfucker's never been on that roof. So
No. Like, why? Why would he?
How did he get down?
Amazingly strong antenna that she climbs up on.
I want to know how he got down. Okay, so IMDb rates this movie a 3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes stands, you want to take a guess?
5?
16%.
16%.
16.
I didn't know we were doing percentages.
Yeah, it's 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. Unlike The Fly, where it was like 93%.
Oh, 90. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay.
So, people hate this movie.
Yeah.
Like, really?
I can understand why, as far as, like, I don't know.
You know what I think it is?
I think The Fly had more of the older generation that was probably voting on that. Maybe they went to the movie and things like that.
What I think it is because not just...
But I actually had never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, and the funny thing is when I talk about this movie, or if I ever mention anything about Matthew McConaughey, people always bring up whatever he's like best known for, like whatever rom-com movie he's in, you know. And I'm like, no, that's not Matthew McConaughey. I know him for this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's never been in a horror movie.
Yeah,
like
I've never seen him act like that ever.
he's in a horror movie, and they're like, no, he's not. So I pull up my phone, I'm like, look, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I would never have guessed that he would have been on, like, a horror movie.
What I do like is that whenever you see interviews with Matthew McConaughey talking about this role, he always seems like he's at least proud of it. It was like something he did that was so off the wall that he's like, that was a lot of fun.
I could see that. Because it's different from, his, like, surfer, easygoing...
fucking woman charmer to fucking choking bitches out and be like, you even hadn't had fun yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's kind of creepy in it, and he just smacks around his girlfriend like a jackass. And...
What was the point? Is what I want to know. Why did he have a fucking mechanical leg?
They never said anything about that. I'm guessing he got it killing Kennedy or something. I don't know. Because they said that he worked for, like, those shadow governments.
Like, in the 80s and in the 90s, the Universal Remote was, like, a really big thing. I remember you could buy one of those on any fucking TV guide catalog thing, I don't know if they ever worked. We never had one.
Well, I had a roommate. Sorry, I was working. I had a roommate that worked for a home theater system.
Yeah.
And we had, like, the top-of-the-line Universal remotes and stuff. And it actually got really freaking confusing. There was, like, different programmable modes, and you can program to each person.
But somehow he's controlling that leg with, like, a VCR controller and then, like, a stereo controller. And
he had, like, 10 of them in his pocket.
Yeah. Which is great. And it didn't really add anything to his character. It was just like, why
because he ran pretty fine.
He doesn't really run.
Well, he did at the end when he was running after that girl. But I think they put it in there to make it, I don't know, harder for him to run after people or get after people. Because remember the Renee Zellweger got one of the remotes and was messing around.
Fucking with his leg?
Yeah, so she could get away from him. Maybe they had it in for that reason. I don't know. Oh, here's the Ghostbuster scene right here.
Yeah, his tow truck very much looks like the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters in the dark.
Does.
That's another thing. When they're walking on the trail, we were talking about this at the very beginning of the movie. When they're walking on the fucking trail in the middle of the woods, and their flashlights aren't fucking working, the moon must have been dangerously fucking close to the earth for the woods to be lit up that fucking well.
Yeah, there was like tsunamis going on and stuff like that. Because the moon controls gravity.
And the fucking narrator at the beginning, he sounded like he hated his life.
Yeah, he didn't sound very enthusiastic, did he?
It's like the very first film, the narrator sounds like pretty stern. Like it'd be like some
there was a few different places where it was like that. like the narrator, and then like places where she's like
she's hysterical,
Barry,
yeah,
or whatever. You know, it's like they didn't really put much into the acting on some of these scenes.
Yeah, if you want to do a drinking game watching this movie with your friends, do a shot every time this bitch says, "Oh, Barry."
Barry, yes. Barry is the most used name in that whole entire
You'll be
movie.
fucking wasted before the first half hour's over.
Yeah, literally, they probably said the name 15 times in the first half hour of the movie. But you never hear anybody else's name.
No.
It's just Barry.
Okay. So, the box office budget for this movie was $600,000.
Oh, that's all? That's
Yeah.
freaking really cheap.
Really, really cheap. Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense when you look at the sets. It really only takes place at the little mobile home the lady worked at, and then their house.
Yeah.
So...
that house, they did a pretty good job of looking disgusting, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It bugged me how much crap was on the ground.
That's the part that bugged you?
Yeah. Because I was just like...
Not the skin on the walls.
When there's hella crap on the ground, man, it bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah. Not the skin on the walls, though, or
The skin on the walls was good because it was, organized and neat.
So, the opening week, it only made $28,000.
Ooh.
Which is...
that took a hit.
You could buy a fucking car for that.
Yeah. Yep.
And pretty much now, to date, it's only made $185,000.
$1,000? That's a horrible flop then.
Yeah.
To date, and it was
Yeah.
made in 96?
96, yeah.
Whew. That's bad.
It's pretty bad. Actually, I'm sorry, 1994. I'm getting it confused with 96 as the date being in the movie where it's supposed to take place, 96.
Oh, it's supposed to take place a couple years in the future?
It's supposed to take place in 1996.
But it was made 94.
94.
That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's put it 2 years in the future? Why?
Why did they choose to do that? That's fucking weird.
Whoever puts it, like, it's either like 100 years in the future or like in the past. 2 years in the past could even work. 2 years in the future. That's weird.
So, this movie's actually considered...
Why that?
Well, I don't know if I would consider it... Like, if I went to see this in the theaters, thinking like, oh, this is another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. This is going to be... It's going to be cool. And I go into it. Would you consider this a comedy?
No.
Like, it's supposed... Like, it's... has a purpose for comedy in it. Like, it's supposed to be funny.
Parts that are kind of funny. Like, Matthew McConaughey has all of them, though.
But do you think that was intentional?
Yeah, definitely.
For it to be funny? Or do you think they were going for trying to be disturbing and it just was
I think some
funny?
of the stuff that Matthew McConaughey said was intentionally meant to be funny.
Because this is...
Where's the part that he was like, goddamn, just do it, or what was it? I forgot what it was.
What was he doing in the movie?
It was, man, I can't remember. I just remember he said goddamn something.
Why are my fucking batteries charged?
Not that whatever. I'll remember
the part where they're in the tow truck?
I think, yeah, they are in the...
Look at the window. I don't want to. Well, why not?
Goddamn, just do it.
Just look at the window, goddammit. But you took my glasses off. I don't care. Look at the window. So, yeah, the genre is considered comedy, horror, and thriller.
Oh, it's actually in the genre of comedy?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't call it comedy.
Neither
at all,
would I.
Man. Like, it doesn't have nearly enough comedy in it. Like, it had funny parts, but even a drama will have funny parts in it, you know?
I mean, even some horror movies have comedy in it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think that's...
Like, Friday the 13th movies have a lot of comedy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it's not in the comedy genre.
Yeah, I would never classify that as...
Nightmare on Elm Street has comedy. I would consider, especially the later versions, comedy, but not this movie.
No, they definitely went for more of the horror aspect, but not comedy.
No.
I would think. Funny parts in it, but not comedy. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's something I want people to do before we continue. Brett said he will create a social media profile once we get to 50 listeners. So Make sure we get to 50 listeners. Share this with your friends, and share this with your parents and everyone you know. And let's get Brett to be on social media, because right now he's refusing to do it.
I've never had a Twitter account. I've never had an Instagram account.
I mean, you should just have at least an Instagram account.
I don't get why though. Like,
so people that listen to podcasts, they might want to get in contact with you.
That's what I'm saying. I never. Well,
you're a public figure now. You're a public figure now, bro.
Contact us on our website.
I know, but that goes to me.
You could tell me.
You're a public figure now, Brett. So you need to connect with your audience.
Public figure. That's me.
You're a hero to some of these people.
I'm a hero to many people. So you would give it an 8. I would give it a 7.5. Why would you give it?
I'd give it an 8 on comedic value. If I was trying to be serious and rate the movie with a serious rating, I mean, most likely it'd be low. It'd be low because how fucking weird the acting is at some parts.
It is.
And I'm not saying because Matthew McConaughey's performance or anything. I'm talking about the kids that are supposed to be the victims of this movie, where fucking Barry hears his girlfriend being abducted into a fucking house, and he's just like,
"Hey, man, that's my girlfriend.
I need to take a piss.
Cool. Yeah.
I need to take a piss." And he actually does go take a piss.
Go into the skin room and take a piss, yeah.
You know what? We never actually got to see what happened to Barry either after he got hit with the fucking sledgehammer. He just kind of disappears.
Yeah, you just kind of accept that he's dead, I guess.
I guess. He's just really, like, still sitting in that meat locker.
Or like when she runs into the trailer, and when, Leatherface is chasing her, and she runs into the trailer, and she's sitting there, and she just, like, all of a sudden becomes calm and cool and collected, and it's like...
Yeah.
Things like that.
Oh my god, he's after me! But it's okay. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna look into it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. So things like that, where it was just like all of a sudden the steam was taken out, or they just decided they didn't want to act for that 5 minutes or whatever.
What's great? So here's the weird thing on on Amazon. This is almost higher than The Fly.
Really?
For star count, it's 4.5 stars.
Okay.
Out of 600 and something reviews. But we don't care about what people that like movies has to say.
Yeah.
We want to see the worst of the worst.
A lot funnier when they're bashing it.
Here's a great review. Rick Charles, he wrote this review in 2017, says, "Chaotic mess from beginning to end. Objectively speaking, the acting is unprofessional."
Unprofessional? That's a way to describe it.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? You look back at this movie and you see what huge stars Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey became. This is like their fucking first or second film, right? Is this after Dazed and Confused or before?
Yeah, we looked it up. Dazed and Confused was before this.
Okay.
And actually, they are both the whole movie. Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, they are.
They're the entire movie.
Leatherface is very much like we said, just like a fucking kick the dog that's just like in the side of the movie the entire time. This person...
Who's Matthew McConaughey's girlfriend? It looked like the chick from Cheers. But I don't know.
She had great fake tits, though. On this review by The House just says, awful movie.
Awful movie.
Amy Lynn says, really, really bad. 1.5 stars. Why do you even give it a half?
1.5, huh?
The fourth installment, if you want to call it that. I don't know why I have the hillbilly accent. In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, the first 3 were brilliant horror. This one's a joke.
So do you think that's normal with Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans? Is that they look at
You know what I think? And it'll be controversial kind of me saying it, but I say it with video games and I say it with movies. And I think people that are purists that can't look at a movie and be like, wow, this got really fucking retarded by the 4th movie and take it that serious, then maybe you should just not watch movies if you're going to take it that serious. You know, you got to be that elitist I mean, I look at fucking Alien franchise. My favorite movie franchise is Alien. Yeah. I can look at Alien 3 and be like, fuck. This movie is not good. Granted, a lot of...
3?
The prison.
Oh, you didn't like the prison one? I actually like that one.
When I look at fucking what happens at the beginning of the movie, what was the point?
Wait,
what
is this
was
the timeline?
No, the timeline thing, well, we can get into a completely different podcast. The timeline thing is a completely different subject. But
that was Alien versus Predator.
Oh.
With the pyramid and stuff.
But what was... The problem with Alien 3 is, why the fuck did we watch the entire last movie of everyone fucking surviving at the end for them to die off camera in the credits of the beginning of the third film? It makes the entire second film completely pointless. Pointless.
See, I think this did get to you then.
But I can look at Alien 3 and be like, wow, this movie's fucked up. But, and then you
still
look...
like Aliens.
Yeah, I still love Aliens. Alien Resurrection, not very good. I like it better than Alien 3. It has Winona Ryder when she was still really hot in it. But still not very good. But I still like it. Yeah. I would never go, even if it like fucking what was that movie we rented? With Rob Zombie's wife that I fucking hated. We both hated it.
Oh, the witches one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lords of Salem or some shit.
Something like that, yeah. We didn't finish it. Like, we watched for 10 minutes.
Well, we watched it all the way through.
We did?
We did.
I
It's just that unrememberable. But that movie fucking sucked. It sucked all the way through, and it's like, you can tell that Rob Zombie's shit's getting tired.
Wait. I'm thinking of something else. You're talking about the old time movie.
No, I'm not talking about The Witch.
Oh, that was awful.
That one I actually did make a movie review on, because I was pissed we rented it. Because I think we rented it for full fucking price.
Yeah.
Because it was new at the time.
Mm-hmm. It was new release. It was like... And we were looking forward to it, because the
commercials.
Trailer, the trailer made it look so good.
The movie's so fucked up. Satan saw it twice.
It was nothing. It was a big nothing.
But, I mean, regardless of how bad those movies were, it's like, why would I waste my money, or waste my time, actually, waste my time, go on Amazon, or any website, for that matter, and just, like, write something about it.
Because you're that annoyed, or you have that much extra time on your hands.
I mean, when you look at horror movie franchises, and any of them get to, by their fourth film...
Oh, here's the part where she gets...
On the meat hook.
And
she's trying to lift herself... She's trying to lift herself off the meat hook, and she can't do it. So how does she get off of it? And not only does she get off of it, she fucking crawls all the way out to the middle of the road.
Yeah, and just lies there. Basically, she lies everywhere for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. They try to get her up. Where are my shoes? I'm going back to sleep.
What the first one had in it was when they put them on meat hooks. Didn't they put salt or something?
No, that's the remake one. When they chop off that guy's leg.
Oh yeah, and they put him in rock salt.
Yeah, I will say that's a fucking great remake.
That is. Yeah.
I can stand by that one. There are a lot of horror movies.
That's one of the horror movies that I've actually seen.
Yeah, I fucking hated the remake of Friday the 13th. I thought it was really fucking stupid.
I don't think I ever saw it.
And I didn't even waste my time on the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street after I saw how fucking CGI'd Freddy Krueger looked.
I never saw it either.
It was like the year 2000 Spawn CGI in that one.
Spawn was a good movie.
Spawn's great. I fucking love Spawn. But...
Superhero movie.
It's to be debated. But what I was saying is, when you get to a horror movie franchise specifically, and you get into the fourth movie, the fifth movie, the seventh movie, you gotta know that it's gonna start falling apart slowly. And the formula for anyone that watches horror movies is already, you should kind of be used to that by now, because by the time this was out in 96, we were on the sixth movie of Friday the 13th, or the seventh movie of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's or in Chucky. There was on the fourth one of that too. There's a formula. You just know it's gonna. You know it's not gonna be great, but you're there at that point. You're there to laugh and be entertained, we were with this. This is just Watch the train wreck.
Yep. It was chaotic, though.
Yeah.
Like that one review, super chaotic.
The screaming did get a little annoying at one point.
Yeah, they were screaming constantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I think would have been more, like, scary would have been if they actually, like, got along and enjoyed what they were doing, you know? That would have made it almost more, I don't know what you call that. Just, like, gross and weird. Kind of like House of a Thousand Corpses, where the family, like, basically got along and they just, like, killing people.
Yeah. Yeah.
This, it was like they were just all at each other's throats all the time.
Well, I think I said this when we were even watching it, because it's been like since I was in middle school since I've seen this one in particular, and after watching it again, yeah, it's probably not one I would ever go out of my way to probably watch on purpose, unless it was for someone that's never seen it. We're going to sit and drink and laugh at it.
Yeah.
But the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the family was like very inclusive, and you could tell like they were close knit.
Yeah.
This is like an offshoot,
was...
like fucking different universe of Texas Chainsaw.
Totally.
Like we're in a separate reality of what fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre was.
Yeah.
I do like all the costume changes Leatherface goes through.
He went through like 3 or 4 of them, right?
Yeah. At first he looks like fucking Macho Man or something in his first costume. And then Grandma.
Yeah, but that Grandma thing was on top of the Macho the
Macho
wig.
Man wig.
Yeah, so he had 2 wigs on with the Grandma.
And then we go on to full Tim Curry, transvestite, Rocky
Caitlyn
Horror, Caitlyn Jenner, Leatherface. Man, that's great. That is really good. That makes me so that's so funny. Okay, we'll do 2 more reviews on here. Regina Tyson says, more like comedy. What an insult to the other Texas Chainsaw movies. And last but not least, Lady Vowels 8 in 2014 said, stupid. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Matthew should bury this one too. Never by C again. What the fuck? This lady can't even spell or write.
We're reviewing her review.
He would have done better passing this one by. Wow. I don't know. Some people on Amazon, when you... So this is like what
I don't know if that's lady or not.
I don't know. It said something about Lady Vulva or something like that. Lady Vulva.
Lady Vulva?
Whatever. I think that people, literally, it's so weird to me that you'd go into this one expecting something like any different than by the 4th movie of any other franchise that's out there. Why would you not think it's not going to be a train wreck?
Yeah, well, with the budget, too. The budget was super low. It's not even $1 million.
I don't even know if the budget's like... Is the budget really something that people get to know at that time when the movie comes out? But
well, budget will tell like what they're thinking it's going to make. If they have a low budget, then they think it's not going to be very popular. I think that's how it works, because you're going to give a high budget to a movie that's going to get a lot of people, right?
Like, I know the budget for the remake was probably fucking massive. The remake was fucking massive, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, those were high-budget movies because they were planning on getting a lot. But this maybe was kind of more thrown together to see, like, what they could get out of it.
It was another gamble movie.
One of those another milk it movies, yeah.
And there is fucking Renee Zellweger.
Dude, she can run.
She is an American
Olympian.
Ninja warrior is what she is.
She can run. She can freaking
spider monkey climb on shit.
Get on a wire. And...
Like, she's probably the fastest woman I've ever seen in a horror movie ever.
Yeah, because usually they're running and falling.
Yeah, falling or
man, she is a
flailing their arms as they're running.
And she's got good form and everything. She looks like a gazelle.
I mean, she's not terrible looking in this movie, but she still kind of looks like funny. Every time she takes like a tiny hit to the head or something, like when she crashes the car going like 5 miles an hour, Like I said, it looks like she fucking snapped her back and an acid trip just fucking happened. You know? She doesn't know where the fuck she is.
For those of you who don't know, we are actually watching the movie in the background. We have it just playing.
This is the funniest part is where fucking Leatherface climbs on the roof.
Yep, this is the part that you were talking about. Like,
and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Man, I've never been up here." What is this? What is this fucking?
Yeah, this is
what
exactly
is this?
what we're talking about. Where she gets up, or he starts.
He's like, "What is this? What is this stone? Why is there this stone on my roof?"
What is this? Chop it down.
Oh yeah, I love how the funny thing I've always liked about Leatherface is he's just like a fucking giant tantrum baby.
He's a huge baby. All he does is scream.
He screams, and whenever he can't catch anyone because he's a fat fuck.
And he's horrible at catching people.
Yeah, everyone always gets away, except for that fucking remake one. He really gets people in that one. That's why I like the remake. They didn't make Leatherface so fucking retarded. Like, Leatherface isn't an idiot in the remake. He's like more of just that they almost want you to feel bad for him in the remake because they made it's like he has some sort of humanity because he's fucking deformed and shit, and his family made him all kind of fucked up. But at the same time, he's fucking brutal in that one. He's like Jason in Part 8. He's just like fucking anger, rage filled.
It was definitely a lot scarier than the other ones.
Yeah. There are a lot of people I talk to about that remake that say that they can never watch that movie again. And they didn't finish it at the part just at the beginning where the girl fucking pulls the gun out of her vagina and blows her head off.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that part? Where the fuck I thought it was the greatest at that time when I first saw it.
Yeah, I remember I was probably 16 or 17 last time I saw the remake.
Well, I saw the one when it came out, and like I said, when you watch horror movies, you're kind of used to different angles. A lot of horror movies have the same kind of angle shots of people dying. But in that one, when that chick blows her fucking head off, and the camera zooms out through the hole in her head, and you see the brains and shit falling apart in there, and it goes out through the back window where the chunks are falling out, I thought it was the coolest fucking camera shot
cool.
I ever saw.
It
was the coolest camera shot I think I ever saw. It's still up there. It was really neat.
Oh, that's cool.
This beer tastes funny, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. We're still drinking the Taste of the Rockies, and I'm drinking some weird beer I got for Christmas. Anyway, how was everyone's New Year's? We just fucking passed New Year's. We're now in 2021.
January 1st.
How does that feel to know that we did an episode before the year ended, and we got one out at the beginning of the year?
2020, and a brand new one at the beginning of the year. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
We're already fucking killing it.
Last year's episode.
Yeah.
This year's episode.
Oh, last year. So long ago. What was that movie, The Fly?
What movie are we going to... we were just talking about Hellraiser, right?
Yeah, we can definitely do Hellraiser. Okay. Last review that we're going to talk about that I saw on this movie, and this was fucking written in 99. 99.
That wasn't that long ago.
This person, I respect this person. What did you expect? Anyone expecting Oscar caliber film material when they pop this nugget into their VCR is kidding themselves. Saying this movie sucks is similar to people who stand in front of me at McDonald's complaining that their burger wasn't prepared properly.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a great way of putting it.
Now, why is it, though? Like, horror... I say this about people that love video games, too. It's like, video games and horror fans, we're very entitled as people. At least when I see stuff on the internet.
See, this happened to me with Game of Thrones, I think. With probably the biggest was Game of Thrones, where you get invested, and that's where it becomes, where you start getting mad, where you start learning the characters or the people in it,
mm-hmm.
and you become invested in it. You know this person. You put a lot of time into watching all these and watching them develop and things like that. And same thing with movies. You watch them each develop and build on each other. And then when they just destroy it, it's like, what did I just spend so much time watching? What did I?
I mean, for Game of Thrones, it makes more sense.
Did you watch the whole series?
No.
You stopped during.
It makes sense for Game of Thrones because you're watching fucking like. How many seasons are there of that show? There's 8 seasons. How many episodes per season?
10.
So you're watching fucking 80 movies.
Episodes. Yeah.
80 movies almost because
they're
they're fucking
minutes.
like 45 minutes. Okay, so you're
half a movie.
Yeah, you're watching like fucking short movies every episode, building on characters, which is weird because you hate character story-driven stuff. But
I like TV series. I like character development in TV series.
With
Not video games, because video games is different. We can go off on this one.
We can, but the reason why I can understand Game of Thrones is because it's based off of a book, and the studio. I remember reading this stuff that the studio and the guy that wrote Game of Thrones. I don't know his name, but
yeah,
he hadn't even finished his fucking story yet. But the studio wanted to just fucking shit it out, and it happens with. Why do you think your movie sequels and shit get so bad? It's because movie studios they taste the money. They're like sharks with fucking blood in the water. They taste it, and they fucking just want it to keep coming. They want it to pump it.
That's a problem, is because movies and I think video games have a lot of creative aspect to it, right? And corporations and profits are driven by as much money in as little amount of time. But with creativity, you can't necessarily put a time on it. Like with creative things. Let's give Tool as an example because they're like the best band on the planet. So.
Okay.
But they have a large amounts of time between each Tool album. They've only
Why? Because they always sound the same.
It is. Not sound the same, but
I don't know. When we went to that concert, almost every song was like, this kind of sounds like what I heard about like 2 hours ago.
Well, the concert actually had some stuff in there that I haven't even heard of. That was kind of weird, but not getting into that. But anyways, they have long amounts of time.
Why did the singer never move that whole time? Is what I want to know.
He's got an effed up back. I found out.
Oh, yeah, I was like, why does this band have no stage presence?
We're seeing them when they're in their almost 50s.
I don't want to hear it. After seeing Ozzy 2 years ago, and that motherfucker's jumping around.
Let me get to my point. So, anyways.
Okay.
So you have a long amount of time between each album because Tool, they don't pump out albums just for getting them out there, or whatever.
Right,
they don't have a record label that makes them do that. They when they sign their contract, or I don't know what label they're on, but they basically said we're not going to just pump out albums. We're going to make things that we like, that we have.
So they have a good lawyer.
We have a creative stamp of approval on it. Yeah, well, they also never even got on iTunes till like a year ago. Like that's how.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they have so much control over the music that anything that they didn't know about or understand, they just didn't do.
That's weird.
Yeah, whereas most bands
think about how much money they lost.
Yeah, but they're millionaires. So how much money do you need? I don't know. Like Maynard has.
I don't know if you're fucking Metallica. It's apparently everything.
Yeah, but that's greed, right? So,
yeah. I know, that's a completely different topic. Fucking Metallica.
Yeah, we're getting off.
I hate how much I dislike
we can't
the
get
people
off too much.
of
Let me make
Metallica.
my fucking point.
Hey, go ahead.
So I was saying with horror movies, I think there's a creativity. Something gets big because a person creatively makes this thing. And then with sequels and stuff like that, the creativity eventually dies off and it becomes a money-making milking machine.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on about your Metallica.
No, I don't want to talk about them.
Okay.
I mean,
but
I think that's what I was saying.
Sequels,
TV shows, they all suffer because, like I said, the movie studio wants it faster. They don't care. They don't care about. They don't care about if the shit fucking was written well, because most of the time, and this is just what I think, most of the time the people that are fucking funding that shit don't even fucking watch it. They have no fucking interest in knowing what it's even about. It's like, holy shit, this made this much money.
I have a bunch of money and I invested in this because that makes money. They don't have
Right.
any interest on like what the fans like, what is creative, what is groundbreaking or anything like that. They just want.
Yeah.
I put my money here and I get my money back. It's a very kind of simple way of thinking in a way.
Yeah. And I think most movie studios, if not all of them at this point, and video game studios, most of them at this point, are all in that boat.
A lot of them.
Like,
yeah.
modern
That's
movies.
Why things in the 80s were kind of cool sometimes because
That's
they
what
were
we
just
said
coming out, right?
Last episode.
Yeah.
Because they could experiment. They were allowed to fucking gamble and do as much creative experimenting as they possibly
especially
could.
With video games, because
like
they were just coming up with everything.
New Line Cinema was going to go bankrupt if Nightmare on Elm Street didn't fucking take off. They had no idea it was going to be a success.
I think that happened with E.T. as well.
Yeah, they thought it was going to flop. They were on like.
Oh no, that was Reese's with E.T. Never mind. Sorry.
They were on like a dime. Like if fucking Nightmare on Elm Street flopped, studio was going to be gone. They had no fucking idea.
It was like all or nothing.
All or nothing. And Nightmare on Elm Street fucking saved New Line Cinema. And then what happened? They come out the second one, it's fucking great. Third one, fucking great. Fourth one, alright. Fifth one,
6,
okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Even though I really do like A New Nightmare, because it's just like breaking the fourth wall. That's one you need to see too. The fucking New Nightmare.
Oh, there's a movie called Breaking the Fourth Wall?
No. In the new Nightmare and Nightmare on Elm Street movies, they break the fourth wall. Like
so
the fucking character of Nightmare on Elm Street starts stalking and killing off the people that were just the actors of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Oh.
Like they're living their everyday lives. And Freddy Krueger somehow comes to life.
So there was. Wait, so they get the old actors from the old movies.
Yeah.
But they're playing actors.
They're themselves.
Acting as actors.
They're acting as themselves.
Oh, okay. So do they have like big houses?
Robert Englund's even in it. The guy that plays Freddy Krueger, he's like, there's no way Freddy Krueger's real. He didn't come back to life. But he does.
Oh. Which one was that? Fourth one?
No, that's like the 9th one.
Oh, 9th one.
Or 10th one.
That's interesting.
I like that one. It's pretty funny.
It's an interesting take.
This is one of those scenes right here where we were just talking about. The part where Renee Zellweger is tied in the chair and the crazy girlfriend's talking to her and she's like, "What do you want to do with me?" You know, I just think the guy's crazy. And now she's about to be calm and she's going to grab the gun and be like, "You know what? I'm sick of your shit."
Well, the biggest part where it seems like she doesn't care is when she was in the trunk.
Oh my god.
And she was just like, Can you put a hole in this plastic? It's just like, why aren't you freaking out? Like, you're just so calm in this chick's trunk.
Well,
and you listen to her.
The other thing, too, is like, as she's kicking and screaming, and she's screaming when she opens the trunk, right, in the drive-thru, there's like a team of like soccer kids like walking by the fully open trunk, and none of them look. None of them look. The cop. When she hears the cop talking to her, why is she not fucking kicking and screaming? Yeah. What's in the trunk, lady? Oh, you know, I'm never going to tell.
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's like, what did I say? No wonder why this shit goes on in this fucking place, because everyone's fucking retarded.
Yeah. And who is a politician? Like, I don't get that.
I don't know either. Who is that fucking guy? Yeah.
He's just some rich dude that we think is a politician because they don't actually say it.
I mean, he's obviously like part of that family in some way because when he opens up his shirt, he has that weird like fucked up stomach and he has those rings.
Have you ever seen that movie, Hanging or something like that, where it talks about those things that he has in his skin?
No.
What those are for?
Oh, fucking dominatrix weird shit.
Where it's not dominatrix and apparently it's not sexual at all. It's
bullshit.
They freaking put those like rings in them, and usually they're on their back and stuff, and then they put hooks in those rings, and then they just hang.
Yeah.
And it's like they get off on it as far as like they get.
So it is sexual.
No, I'm not. I used the wrong phrase, but they. I don't know if it's an adrenaline rush or something.
Dude, it's sexual. They're perverted.
Well, I don't know.
It's like fucking Hellraiser. Hellraiser's whole point, like, is a lot of that shit is them fucking, like, having their skin fucking hanging on hooks and shit like that. And Pinhead even says, he's like, in one part of the movie at the end, he's like,
Please, no tears. It's a waste of good suffering.
and that's what it is. It's like the pleasures. And Clive Barker was fucking great at making disgustingly weird stuff like he did in Hellraiser, which was based off his books, by the way, that he wrote. But the Cenobites and Hellraiser's whole aspect.
Cenobites?
That's what Hellraisers
They sound delicious.
are fucking called. They're like demons of another realm. They're like, there's like different tiers of hell.
They're called Cenobites?
Yeah, there's different tiers.
Cena? What does the Cena stand for?
Like,
are they like centipede type
no,
things?
Well, there's some like weird bug things in the universe. I don't know, but no, that's like they're like digital almost. I don't know. It's like cyber. You know what I mean? But because they appear out of the box of lightning. This will be on our next episode.
Can't get over Cenobites, man, because that just sounds like Cinnabons.
Dude, people are gonna lose their
Cinnabons.
when they hear it when they're hearing this and they're hearing like you've never seen these movies. Dude, I'm like so excited for you to see how fucked up Hellraisers are. They're so fucking awesome as far as not only story, because the story's kind of intriguing. It doesn't drag along like you think about, like maybe in The Fly. It's kind of just very much in your face, like fucked up.
Okay.
Like fucked up throughout. And to a point where this movie had parts that were kind of disturbing, like when he's choking out Renee Zellweger, and it seems really fucking authentic.
Well, it's also kind of disturbing how he just like slaps around his girlfriend and slaps
Stepping on her throat.
Yeah, it's like jeez.
Or where he's cutting himself with a razor blade. Yeah. But I cannot wait for you to see the fucking Hellraiser movie, because it is fucked. It is so fucked. But it's
I
awesome.
wish I could say I'm looking forward to it, but now I'm kind of like, Are we watching that together, or am I watching that one alone?
I mean, we can watch it together if you want.
That doesn't really matter.
But it's fucked.
I think there's probably a good aspect of me watching it alone, too.
Please, no tears. The box. You opened it. We came.
So he's like, it's like a Pandora's box type thing, where somebody opens a box and then
It's
like,
it's like a puzzle box that has the Cenobites realm in it, and whenever it's open, you call upon the Cenobites to take you into this fucking realm of torture
and frosting
and pleasure. It's like people that, like you said, would get off on fucking having their skin ripped open by hooks and hanging there by their skin, or having the weird thing is, when you look into this shit, there's like real fetishes and real life fucked up fetishes where people like they would get off on having someone fucking murder them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there's been cases of people that paid other people to like eat them.
Yeah, and keep them alive, but eat them sexually. It's like fucking weird.
Yeah,
but Hellraiser is that fucked up. It's awesome. Because the Cenobites, like, we'll talk about that on our Hellraiser. We're getting really, really distracted here. Hellraiser, I'm obviously way more enthusiastic about.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of those too, aren't there?
There is. And the funny thing is, exactly like what we're talking about with here, by the time it gets to the fourth one, it's like, this is fucking dumb, but it's great because it's
so
so stupid.
Like crazy.
The first two I consider really good.
Okay.
After 3 and forward, fucking stupid. I even made a movie review on my Retro or Die channel of the last one that came out.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have the guy that played fucking Pinhead as Pinhead in that movie. And the movie is so fucking stupid, so fucking retarded, that I made a movie review on it. I'm like that guy on Amazon. I had to make a whole fucking video on it.
That's how much it annoyed you.
It annoyed me.
So much.
Because I was really excited. Because the trailer made it look like it was going to be really cool.
Yeah, trailers are
One of those fucking bait and switch trailers, you know?
Yeah, basically the entire movie is in the trailer. Like everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Sucks.
And the fucking ending is hilariously stupid. Like, what would you think an ultimate punishment is if you're like a leader of one of these realms of hell and you do something to like piss off God and the devil at the same time? How do you think they would punish you?
Probably put you in like a happy place, like flowers and
No. They just send you back to Earth as a hobo.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great life. Sometimes I envy hobos.
They send him back to Earth as just a hobo. He's just a hobo.
Yeah. There you go. No responsibilities.
So stupid.
No bills, no responsibilities. You also don't have a home, but...
no, he does. He does. He has a cardboard... He lives in like a fucking hobo village. Like a hobo village he's like resurrected in.
There you go. He's got the easy living.
Yeah.
Got a refrigerator box.
He didn't seem happy about it, though.
I could probably do all this crazy, gory, disgusting, kill people as a hobo, too.
So, back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
I would say, out of all the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, this one is very much the one that falls flat as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. This could have almost been, if it didn't have Leatherface in it, because Leatherface is such a side character, could have been its own fucked up movie.
It was its own fucked up. It basically was.
Yeah.
Like, they could have made this as like a ripoff to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
They might have made more money.
Yeah. They didn't use the name and disappoint everybody.
It's like,
First of all, nobody gets killed by the chainsaw.
It's true. No one dies by the chainsaw.
So, where's the massacre of the Texas Chainsaw?
Yeah. A guy gets run over and one other guy just gets his neck broken.
He gets run over, neck broken.
And we don't know if Barry died.
Sledgehammer. Yeah.
Barry's
we
probably...
assume he's dead.
I'm assuming Barry's still inside the fridge.
Fire, but still, no...
Oh, yeah. She gets her head crushed.
Yeah, and she gets her head crushed at the end.
I'm assuming Barry's just stuck in that refrigerator still. That had the fucking car engine on it. He's just, like, listening all this stuff. He's like, man, this sucks.
I'm Barry.
Yeah. Oh, Barry.
And how creepy was it that he was talking to his girlfriend about how Renee Zellweger's
body is?
Yeah, body was...
That was such a weird ass... The whole conversation in there was just for filler. Yeah, here we go. The Tim Curry, Caitlyn Jenner.
So pretty.
Leatherface.
I'm so pretty. Tell you, man, that's her.
Oh my god, it's so great. It looks just like him.
I got hold on. I gotta show you the South Park version of her.
And I really don't want to know what Matthew McConaughey and this chick do with the pizza in the bedroom. Like, did they fuck with the pizza?
Yeah.
Like, did they lay the pizza in bed
here,
and fuck with it on them? Like, when you're watching the movie, you know the girlfriend's all fucked up. Like, you know she's a part of the family, basically from the beginning. They don't even hide the fact that she's not tied with them, because she calls the guy she calls Matthew McConaughey's character. But at what point in the movie did she go and somehow her dress changed from her looking like she works in a fucking clerk's office?
She's going to a club now.
Now she looks like she's from The Fifth Element.
Which was a much better movie.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. Oh my god! It does look like fucking Leatherface.
Yep.
Holy shit. Oh my god. That's fucking great. Oh my god, that's even better. Holy shit. Oh man. Man, I wonder if they ever saw this movie, the Trey Parker, another guy that made this South Park. That would have been so great to have him and Leatherface like meet. And like fight to the death or something. Like, I was you before you were you!
You just keep slapping her over and over.
I know, that's another thing. They keep mentioning that the
grandpa didn't even do anything.
Yeah, he fucking disappears. He grabs the knife, he gets pissed off, and the grandpa just disappears.
Walks off. Like, he grabs the knife. I was expecting something to happen with it, right? Like,
yeah,
I thought he grabbed the knife.
I thought he was pissed off at Matthew McConaughey. Like, I thought he was gonna like hurt him for, because this is what my point was. The whole point of keeping Renee Zellweger alive, right, was because Leatherface wants her face. That's why he wants that to be his new woman face. So why the fuck does Matthew McConaughey keep slapping the shit out of her face?
Bruising it?
Yeah, he's like fucking it up the whole time.
Yeah, well, I don't think he cares about it. It's Leatherface that cares about it.
He obviously does care about it, though, because he's like, this is the face my brother wants.
Yeah, you're right.
He says it like right now in this part of the movie. Like, my brother wants this face. He's done with this, whoever this girl's name is he's wearing right now.
Grandpa looks dead.
The grandpa always looks dead. He looks that way in the first one and the second one. He looks like that in every single one. What I wasn't expecting was for him to get up and look like he was going to do some shit.
And just walk out and never be heard of again.
But why did he walk out with a knife?
This made no sense.
And why does she look like she's, like, Renee Zellweger looks like she stole a costume from Batman Returns?
Yeah, it looks like she's wearing the...
Matthew McConaughey's just spitting food all over her. I'm sick of this.
Are you going to help me?
I don't know. There's a device in my brain. It'll blow up. You know, that would have been really cool at the end. If there really was, like, something in her head. Like, Matthew McConaughey pressed a button and her head just fucking blew up like she was telling the truth the whole time.
Matthew McConaughey just dies by some plane.
We don't even know if he dies.
What the hell? Well, first of all, who's
They show
in that plane? Like,
the whole plane, the whole
that?
plane part. What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Like, the plane guy, it's like, oh my god, there's a girl running from two men. One guy's got a fucking chainsaw. Like, Caitlyn Jenner's got a chainsaw.
He doesn't even hit Caitlyn Jenner, though. It's freaking McConaughey.
Yeah, he hits the cripple guy.
Yeah.
And then takes off. Well, I did my good deed for the day.
Later.
You know what? I bet that guy wasn't even trying to save her. He was just fucking drunk pilot.
Drunk pilot. Yes. He's like, oh crap.
That was really the guy from Independence Day. The drunk pilot.
The grandpa?
No, the dad that kills himself at the end of Independence Day to blow up the fucking alien
dad,
ship.
Not grandpa, yeah.
Yeah, what's his guy's name?
I don't know.
Whatever. That guy's fucking crazy now.
He's crazy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The guy that played the pilot in Independence Day?
What do you mean he's crazy?
He's fucking nuts now. Like, he doesn't act anymore, right? He's in movies. He thinks the fucking government's after him to kill him.
The old guy?
Yeah. He thinks the government's after him, like, to kill him because he knows, like, government conspiracies and shit. And every once in a while, he pops up with a YouTube channel, and he has the camera, like, right next to his face. Just all you see is his little chubby cheeks and his head, and he says, like, some weird little limerick about fucking...
The guy with gray hair.
Yeah.
What?
With government conspiracy. Then he fucking deletes the YouTube channel, and then reappears, like, months later with another one. It's fucking weird.
That is weird. That's what happens when you ram yourself into an alien
He was a
ship.
big actor, too. Fuck, I shouldn't even look up his name just so I know it sounds stupid, but...
You're not talking about Gacy, right?
Gacy? Gacy? The fucking clown killer guy?
No. William? I forgot his name. Hold on. Gary Busey.
No, not fucking Gary Busey. That's Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, because he went crazy, too.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
The guy that played fucking the uncle in Christmas Vacation. The shitter was full.
Yeah.
That guy.
Got the...
Yeah, that's what he looks like now. He's fucking nuts now.
Huh. I didn't know that.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, Gary Busey is nuts, too.
Gary Busey was never right after his fucking motorcycle accident that fucked his brain up.
Yeah.
But that is a movie we should watch one day. Maybe he's Ginger Dead Man.
I've never even heard of that.
It's Ginger Dead Man. He's a fucking gingerbread man that is possessed by Gary Busey. Kills people.
Interesting. I guess. A gingerbread man?
Yeah, he's a ginger dead man. So, I think overall, this isn't really even like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And why would you even throw this dude in here?
I don't know. Why is the politician
This makes no
guy
sense. And then she gets in the limousine of this guy for some reason.
And he takes her to the hospital.
Oh yeah, he does. Like, yeah,
that's the only thing I do like about this movie, aside from it being funny, I do like the ending. I do think the ending part where the guy's like,
"Do you know her?"
Yeah, do you know her? And that's her fucking nuts.
Yeah, but unless
she's
you
in a
told me
fucking
that,
mental
I would have
institution.
never known that.
Yeah, she's in a fucking mental institution.
They didn't make it blatantly obvious, though.
I don't know.
Like, I would have never got that unless you said something. Because it didn't look like her. I mean, it was...
I mean, you would not think she would go crazy after this by how some of the parts are where she's, like, normal.
Yeah, she's like, it's all good now.
You know, I can't think of any movies besides this and Dazed and Confused that Renee Zellweger is even fucking in.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh, yeah. See, it's been such a long time since I've seen her in anything. I forgot even all about that. That's a great movie.
That's a great movie.
That's a hilarious movie.
I love Jim Carrey. Well, younger Jim Carrey.
I love early Jim Carrey, too.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's fucking great.
And he went crazy, too.
Did you love... Yeah. Dude, he pissed me off so much when he came out with all this shit about when he was going to be in that Kick-Ass 2 movie.
Oh, yeah. It's too fun.
Like, I lost so much respect for him after that.
Yeah.
After all the fucking shit he's done.
Well, that's where you become so rich that you just start making problems for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait till I'm that rich where I gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna apologize for this podcast about 20 years. I'm gonna say, you know what? I shouldn't have been talking about horror movies.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been talking about Caitlyn Jenner, man.
Oh, man. How horrible. Leatherface and Caitlyn Jenner, they're not even the same. Even though they both kill people.
Talking about national heroes.
They both did kill people. That's what they also share.
Yeah, this actually has a lot of resemblance to Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
You know, the hitting somebody
Killed
with a car,
people and got away with it.
Over.
Fuck. It's just like they're living in the same town from this movie. So yeah, like I said, this isn't like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie per se. It is, I think, the fucking most out there one as far as like just batshit crazy shit that goes on.
Yeah, the family aspect isn't there, so I don't think it really came through.
But if you really want to see a really good one, because I think the first one, like when you were talking about this before the podcast, the first one, I could see why it would be disturbing when it fucking first came out, because no one saw anything like it.
Yeah. Well, that's how all the old movies are, right? You look at them and you're like, how is that scary? But it was scary back then.
This is a little different because this was like considered on that disturbing level where people were like ready to boycott the fucking movie.
This one?
The first one.
Oh, the first one. I was going to say, this one wasn't really disturbing at all.
And people really thought this was real. Like, people thought Texas Chainsaw Massacre really was based off a real family of people doing this shit.
I thought it was.
It's not.
I know.
Everyone knows. If you do know, it's based off of Ed Gein, who did fucking kill his own mother, had her head in a fucking fridge, fucked corpses, had furniture made out of people's skin that he was killing.
Is that Buffalo Bill?
No.
Buffalo Bill did that too. He was real, right?
Ed Gein was like in the 1930s or something like this. Long ass fucking time ago.
Oh.
And the only reason he was caught is because he had so many dead people in his fucking house. His house started to reek, and town people were like,
Gacy got caught too.
So, the first one, I like it. I own the really hard Video Treasure version of Final VHS, but the first one does not. It's really hard for me to watch now and like keep my attention.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is where I think it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre at its best. The second one is, I think, the pinnacle of the entire franchise. Yeah.
So the second one's actually better.
The second one is better. And it's fucking gory as shit. There is a lot of killing in that one. It's like House of a Thousand Corpses killing in that one. Or Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
Not like this one.
Yeah. 2 people die in it.
I kind of wonder what, I kind of wonder what they were even trying to achieve.
I'm not sure.
In this movie. Like I said, what did I say to you at the end of this? Like, what was the story even for this one?
There wasn't a story, really, yeah.
Like, why are we supposed to, like, understand or care why these why Matthew McConaughey is so fucking crazy, and why he got so fucking angry when the politician guy showed up.
Well, it also doesn't make much sense to me as far as, like, they're so dysfunctional. How could they keep a secret of killing people?
Well, obviously the town's... You saw what the town sheriff was like.
Oh, yeah, he was a corpse.
Well, not that guy. Yeah, what the fuck? They had a town sheriff corpse in there. Yeah. The other cops just be like, I guess he's gone.
That rascal. He took off.
It's the part where Matthew McConaughey is they're about to wrestle for the controller. I know this is driving you nuts, seeing all the shit in their fucking house.
Yeah, it is.
Look at all those newspapers.
Yeah, it bugs me. It reminds me of Sacramento.
It's almost like Renee Zellweger has a force field around her, the way Leatherface is acting right now. It's like, why is my chainsaw not going down into her neck?
They're flinging it everywhere else.
And why is everyone, like, why is the girlfriend just humping a couch right now?
Yeah, she's doing nothing.
She's literally sitting there, and then when they show her about to run away, they show, like, a little short thing of her face. She's, like, got her eyes rolled back, and she's, like, humping the couch.
What?
Yeah. And Leatherface is doing nothing. He's sitting in the room with all the newspapers.
She just keeps on trying to get away from him.
I thought for sure his leg was gonna snap. You see her fucking eyes? Did you see the girlfriend's eyes?
No.
Okay. Let's rewind here.
See you for like 10 seconds.
Ready? Get ready to see her eyes. Just pay attention to her on the couch.
I'm looking.
Ready? Did you see that? She's like humping the couch with her eyes rolled
like
back in her head.
Millisecond.
I saw that immediately. I'm like, what is she even doing? Is she like orgasming on the couch or something?
Yeah, that's weird.
And there we go. There's the
10,000
VCR remote.
notes, yeah.
There's the stereo remote. Nope. Oh, okay. Maybe this will work. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What I liked about him was when he was on the hood of the car, and he's like, or when he jumped on the car, and he's like, woo, woo. Like little things like that made me laugh.
I love this part at the end with the
What are they
fucking
even
old
drinking?
people.
Is this a Bloody Mary?
Yeah, they're fucking drinking and driving. There's Renee Zellweger running like she's
the Olympian athlete right here. Look at this.
Oh shit! There's a fucking monster chasing her with a chainsaw.
And I didn't know this, but apparently if you use a chainsaw, it makes the car go off road. So.
Well, he's chasing her, right? They get her in.
Yeah, and then he
and like
hops on
5 seconds later, he's hanging out of a window of the tow truck.
He hops on his car.
Wait, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There you go.
That's less than 10 seconds, and he's in the car.
He's speedy. And he's like, boom, boom, boom.
Man, this doesn't cut like that brick thing on the top of my house.
Yeah, but he's still able to make it go off-road somehow. Like, why?
I don't know. And why did the old man crash?
That's what I'm saying, is like...
They didn't run into him.
Because he had his chainsaw, he was pushing him off the road. It doesn't make sense.
Oh. You
guys can't see this, but it's...
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre never had...
Wait. Okay, I guess the whole ending of this movie is an absolute train wreck.
It is. It's like they ran out of what the fuck they were going to do. Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
How can we play homage to the first one?
Throw in a plane. Like, why would you even do that? Maybe somebody had, like, a uncle that owned a plane and they needed money and they're like, oh, we got a movie. You could fly the plane for the movie. Because there's absolutely no reason why this plane is around.
They don't show who it is.
Or why this plane even does this.
Yeah, how did he know to kill which person? He gets hit with the wheel, not even the blade.
No.
But he's not dead, see, look.
We don't know. He never moves. That's the electronics.
Nah, he moved. Here we go. Here's the part where you're like, it's Caitlyn Jenner. Holy shit. That's great. So, for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there was never any official video games for Texas Chainsaw.
No.
Except for the Atari. There was one game on the Atari, and it was, aside from Halloween, one of the very first horror video games ever made. Hmm. Except it was really fucking retarded because, Leatherface, your goal is to run away from Leatherface just like this at the end, but Leatherface could, get stuck on, rocks and stuff like that.
Rocks are dangerous.
Yeah. And as far as that goes, Leatherface has never had another video game adaptation except for showing up as a playable character in Mortal Kombat. And the great thing is, one of his alternate costumes is the fucking tranny one. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. And he was also in that movie or the video game that's kind of like the Friday the 13th one. It's Dead by Daylight, I think. And they have a bunch of horror movie characters in that. He's also in that. And he was a huge part of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
What?
So,
I remember that.
It's because it wasn't officially he wasn't officially in the game. Rockstar made a certain section of the woods in San Andreas really, really far out there. You'd have to trek really far out there. And there's a fucking house that looks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's a fucking wheelchair just like in the original movie. And all the shit that you saw in Texas Chainsaw Massacre's out there. But you never see fucking Leatherface. Ever. You hear weird things, especially at nighttime around the house. You hear, chainsaws. You hear weird noises in the woods. But you never get to see Leatherface until someone had finally modded Leatherface into San Andreas, and you fight him. Oh. But before the times of the internet, where you're reading all the shit in magazines, especially around this time when San Andreas was out, people thought, this was a real fucking thing. There was a way to activate it somehow to get to see him. And people thought for the longest time, until Rockstar finally said, no, Leatherface is not in the game. So I thought...
So they just had the house as an Easter egg type
thing? Yeah, it was like an Easter egg thing, even though they didn't include it, probably for licensing reasons or whatever. Yeah. But it was really cool at that time. I remember looking for that, especially when I found it. I was like, you're sitting there, waiting for nightfall, you're gonna run into him eventually. You know he's close.
There's people spending hours and hours in that forest.
Yep.
Running up and down like a grid.
Yep. So, what did you say you rated this movie?
7.5.
7.5.
Same as...
Is this something you'd ever watch again?
No.
Yeah, I probably would never. Like I said, I haven't seen this since middle school or high school, my freshman year. And now I'm remembering why I probably never watched it again. It's still something I still want to own on VHS, though, because I think the box art's still pretty cool. Just because how fucked up Matthew McConaughey looks on the front of it, The
best part is just when... what is it? When she comes in with the plastic bag over her head and he's talking to her and stuff. The first scene that you showed me to get me to watch this movie.
Oh, yeah. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah, that one. That's probably the best part.
You think I want to kill you? Yeah, that's great. I like how, Renee Zellweger just seems stoned throughout the entire movie.
She's super calm.
Yeah. First she's hysterical, snaps her back, acid trip, calm.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as acting goes, she wasn't impressive or anything like that.
No, Matthew McConaughey definitely was.
I thought, yeah, he was.
He's a selling point of the entire movie. Everyone else is pretty much throwaway.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially all the teenagers that especially Renee Zellweger's boyfriend, who thought he could just fucking
Barry
run back. No, not him. Her boyfriend that dies.
Oh yeah, that's not her boyfriend though.
He's just running back and forth instead of running in the woods. He's not going to run me over. He's not going to run me over.
Zigzag.
I know. He even lets him. He's winded. He's what do you want from me? It's like, I'm gonna kill you. No, you're not. I'm gonna keep running by your truck.
I'm back on the road. So you can run me over.
I love how many times he backs over him.
And over, yeah. And then he goes...
Yeah, you hear some nasty,
like,
mushy noises. It's like, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever probably watch this movie again. And it's not, it's not great. But at the same time, what can you expect when you're on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th sequel of a horror movie film franchise?
It's basically what you expect out of a 4th.
I got what I expected.
Movie. Yeah.
I don't think on Amazon what we fucking paid to rent this movie was worth fucking $5.
Yeah, it was an expensive one because The Fly was $3. So
yeah, and The Fly is way fucking better. Yeah. Way fucking better.
7.5. They both get the same.
Oh my god.
Based on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Vortex, so.
And why is the name different? It has 2 different names. It's the Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's also the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation.
Yeah.
It's like they had some sort of weird dispute with like putting the movie out or something like that.
No idea.
I don't know. If I was a good podcast host, like I was last time, I would have had this fucking known, but not this time. Not for this movie. I paid $5 to rent this, so I think that makes me good enough of a host.
Hopefully that's able to be written off in taxes.
An hour and a half movie, just about. It's fucking crazy.
It's about a general movie, right?
And I feel like nothing happened. Just, you're basically renting this to watch how crazy Matthew McConaughey can be.
Yeah, that's basically all you're doing.
Yeah.
If you want to see Matthew McConaughey act different than he ever does in any other movie, rent it.
Yeah, if you ever want
how many horror fans out there like Matthew McConaughey.
If you ever really want to watch a real Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, I'd say start out with the second one, and then go straight to the fucking remake. Straight to the remake one.
So start with the second one?
Yeah. Yeah, the second one's where it's at. The second one's fucking nuts.
Leatherface.
Yeah, fuck. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the next generation, or the new beginning. We kind of went all over the place in this movie, but it's because this movie is like...
There wasn't a whole lot to talk about.
There's not a lot of meat on the bone for this one.
It's like, yeah.
It's like you talk about Matthew McConaughey, and...
That's basically all it was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
McConaughey acting crazy. And Renee Zellweger
being a freaking ninja.
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
And then Leatherface being Caitlyn Jenner. Boom, you got it. That's the whole movie.
It's true. Anyway, yeah, we got our fucking second episode done. And
our first episode of the year.
What do you think about... What do you want to be the next episode?
We're doing Hellraiser next.
Hellraiser. Oh, man. You're in for a fucking whirlwind with that one.
Hellraiser next.
That's... And I will say, Hellraiser is one of those movies where that is some of the top tier practical effects you will ever fucking see for a horror movie of that time. Some of the top tier shit of fucking like nasty, and none of it's CGI.
Yeah, it's all just like corn syrup and...
Oh, I don't know. It looks fucking...
Red dye number 40 or something.
It's not like Evil Dead where the blood's like fucking,
that's different.
corn
that's like
syrup
watery.
blood.
That's watery. That's like anime blood almost.
I love that. Like Kill Bill.
Yeah, Kill Bill is definitely...
That's fucking great. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for listening. And, like I said, let's get to 50 listeners, so Brad has to create social media. He said he's going to do it.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about us, our website is up.
Up and running. Thanks to Forrest here.
doatmidnight.com or dobymidnight.com.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you can find me on social media at Retro or Die on Instagram and Twitter. But let's get Brett there.
Yeah.
So Brett can you can all write to Brett and give him movie suggestions or criticize him for not seeing anything.
give movie suggestions. That'd be great. Like, what do you want to hear us talk about?
Yeah, listener mail. That's what we want, so we can read it at the end. Fan mail for Brett. Brett's single, too, for any women that are out there.
Surprising.
All right.
We don't have, like, an outro catchphrase, do we?
Oh, yeah, we do. Our tagline. Fuck your late fee.
We're gonna have a good one.
All right. Good night, guys.
By midnight.
You don't think the FBI has its place under 24-hour surveillance? You don't think there's transmitters in all these walls? Let me ask you one question. Are you having fun yet?